Hello, Barb.
Hi. One second.
All right, welcome everybody. I'm really excited to share the Juice Plus Tower Garden experience with everybody. I've personally been growing for over 7 years now, indoors and out, and it's quite an experience. I'm going to say it's the best investment that we've made when you look at things in your household in the last 7 years, because it just keeps on giving us organic food, which I'm really excited. The unit itself is self-sustainable. I mean, you have control of your food choices. Pesticide and herbicide free is at the top of my list for me. I don't know if you realize this, but organic food has up to 100 chemicals still on it. So we're not getting chemical free food. And this unit is so easy to work. I call it plug and play. You mean you've got the timers on it. It just goes off on its own. You just have to touch base with the water level every couple of weeks to see where it's at. And every few weeks, just add some nutrition to it. And it's 100% successful. So you can't get better than that. Now, the Tower Garden goals were to produce healthy plants, use less water and space, produce healthy food for people, and produce food in a sustainable growing system. And they did that. It took Epcot's 10 years to make this unit, and it was a patent unit, and it was designed for NASA. Now, this is exactly how the product works when you see the internal here. It's designed to create healthy environment for the plant roots. So what happens is here, you can see the little pockets on the sides of the tower. The plants would actually fit inside that tower, and the roots are suspended in the air, and that's why it's called aeroponic growing. So when the pump goes off, or the timer goes off, the pump will pump the water and nutrition up through the center, and it showers the roots all the way down. So it's a really cool system. Indoors, I think it goes on about every 45 minutes for 5 minutes, and that's it. So the tonic plant food was designed at a university for high performance mineral solution. And the plants have even been tested. It's higher nutrition than what organic family is, or farming is today. It used a closed system that you can see here, 100% recyclable. It uses 5% of the nutrients and water that is commonly used in conventional gardening today. Now we've got two tower gardens. There's one on the left that's a flex, and the one on the right is your home garden. The one on the left is more versatile. You have the ability to take this one indoors and outdoors. It comes with complete kits, everything to get started. It has some seeds, but I'm going to say you're going to want to order some variety of seeds online this time of year, right, in the winter months. And you can get what you want in organic as well. If you're going to grow some tomatoes on there or cucumbers or anything like that, I suggest to choose bush seeds, okay, so that they just grow in a circular motion and not vine ripened. Vine, leave that for outdoors. The one here on the right is a home garden, and this one is designed for somebody that wants a smoothie garden or wanting to have some nutrient dense plants on there, or for salads, right, or smoothies. So that's what that's for. You can see the lights sitting on top of that unit, and they fit both units. You can grow anything. The Flex Garden, the larger unit, is 30 inches wide, 5 feet tall. It has a 20-gallon water reserve in the base, and it's 5 pods tall. Each pod holds 5 plants, so you can grow a total of 20 plant sites in that. But you can add a variety of accessories to that as well, so you can grow more plants. You can put a support cage on here that's vine ripened, such as large plants as well, or as I said, the vine ripened crops, and also grow anything from lettuce heads and broccoli or celery, strawberries, cucumbers. It's your choice. The Tower Garden home is 24 inches wide and 5 inches tall. Or 5 feet, sorry, with a 13-gallon water reserve. And the wheels are built into that unit, has a little locking mechanism on it and a water level indicator. It grows 16 plant sites and 16 baby greens. And I will actually explain that as we go a little bit further in the webinar. Now, it does have accessories, as I mentioned, so it's just like when you go to buy an outfit out in the town, which we haven't been doing lately. We have accessories for that. So the very first one on the left-hand side here is your extension kit. So it allows you to grow another 8 plants, and it fits right on top of this tower right here. Okay, so you just put it on top of, and you can put your lights on top of that. If you're growing indoors, one extension kit will fit with your lights. You cannot put two, but when you go outside, you can put a couple extensions, okay? And the next unit here is our microgreens extension kit. And you actually can see the microgreens there. And it'll fit another 32 baby plants on top of that tower. So that's pretty cool, right? And the next unit here, or the accessory, is our trolley or dolly. Now the dolly would go underneath the larger unit, and it's great because that when it's filled with the water and nutrition and the plants are at full growth, you've got about close to 150 pounds there. If you wanted to wheel around in a different room or outside on the deck, you have the ability to do that. And then the next accessory here is the cage. You can actually see it on the flex unit, and it fits right in the sides there. And again, it's great for those larger plants or vine ripened plants that you're going to grow there. And the last accessory is for both units. This Tower Garden grow light is amazing. It has a flexible system. So as your plants grow, you're going to be able to flex those arms in and out. And what I suggest you to do is actually at the very top of that unit, you can see where the arms come out, hold on to the extension there, okay, or the wire or whatever the rod is, and then flex it out like this, okay? Just give it a little bit of support. So what can you grow in your tower? You know, you have a varieties of herbs. There's all kinds of fruits you can choose. Lots of lettuces and greens and kales and beet greens. I mean, there's hundreds of varieties of all kinds of produce that you can grow in the tower. But keep in mind, we can't grow anything like an apple that grows on a tree or something grows underground, such as a potato, right? Now, Tower Garden, this is mine. It arrived 7 years ago. It came in February. You can see the snow outside my back deck there. And here's my son just took over it and he put it together. And, you know, the kids, if you got kids in the household or grandkids, they get involved. They can't wait to get at that, right? It's just like a big puzzle to them. It only took about 30 minutes to put this thing up. Now here we get growing here. This is what you call a little tray that the Tower Garden unit comes with. And then you can see the rock wool, the top left-hand side. And these are little baskets here, net pods. And the little bag is vermiculite and the variety of seeds. So what you're going to do is you can see in the bottom left here, I'm going to soak this rock wool in the tray for about half an hour with a little bit of nutrition. The nutrients, actually, I just like to pour a little bit of each in a capful and just put that in the bottom and let it soak. And then I put in the seeds. Now, keep in mind, if you're growing lettuce or really tiny little seeds, take a pinch of them out inside the little packet. So I maybe have 10, 12 seeds of lettuce, and I put those in each little pocket. If I've got a larger seed, such as a cucumber or tomato, I'm only going to put one seed in there, okay? And then you put the vermiculite on top of it. I like to keep a bottle of water, a spray bottle, and I will fill it with the water and put a little bit, a cap full of nutrients in there, and I will spray over the vermiculite. Just get a little bit moist, and that's it. Once your plants grow, do not spray the plants with the nutrients. Only put the water in the tray because it'll kill your baby greens or your little plants there because they're just babies. They're so fragile at that point, all right? So within 24 to 48 hours, your plants are already starting to come up, and that's pretty amazing. You can see that I have put here a couple of markers, and this is with a toothpick, and I have it just written what it is, each one of these plants, on a piece of tape. And then the right hand side, you can see I have little bread holders, or I'm trying to think, tabs, and I just wrote on them. Now they're a little trickier because they're smaller and you just want a fine pen to put on there. Now these plants you see here are about 10 days old. So let's get growing. So we take those plants that are about 10 days old or 12 days old and plop them right into your tower. You do have the ability, though, to put the seeds right in the rock wool and sit the rock wool right in the tower and let them grow right in the tower. It does work. We do have team members and customers that do that. The next thing you're going to want to do is check on the bottom left-hand side. This is where you put your nutrition in this little window here. And it's easy to just check that every couple of weeks, okay? And then you can see on the right hand side, after a few weeks when your plants get a little bit larger, I just open up that window, put my hand inside and just kind of swirl it around, and I'll grab the roots and just cut them out and pull them away. I do not want the bottom of the water reservoir filled with roots because I don't want the pump to get tangled up with it, right? Or to kind of stop that from working properly. Then you're going to set the timer, and it's easy to go. The right hand side, the bottom, you're going to see that I have larger leaves there, greens. These are different variety of lettuces, and you cut the larger ones off when you just have a bowl sitting there for your salads for supper time every day, and just go around your tower picking off your larger leaves and let the smaller ones grow. Now, when you're growing indoors, tomatoes, and I'm growing 5 tomato plants right now and a couple of peppers, you're going to want to be the bee. We have to pollinate those little flowers. So what I'd like to do is, I have a little brush here. It's a paintbrush, or you could use a little cosmetic brush. And you're going to take that brush and gently, the tomato flowers are very fragile. So sometimes I'll hold the little flower just a little bit gently, and I'll take the little brush and swirl it around and then move it to the next flower, because I'm going to move that pollen around from flower to flower to flower. And then within 3 or 4 days, to the right, you see those little tomatoes start popping up. It's pretty amazing. And the bottom left-hand side here, you can see these are the peppers. Now, generally peppers don't need that kind of the bees to do the work. They just need like airflow. So a little fan blowing on them. But you know what? I don't have a fan blowing. I just took the brush and I just swirled it around too. And you can see right in front of that flower is a little pepper. And I've got lots of peppers that are the size of my hands right now. And I've only been growing from seed for 2 months. And my tomatoes are already going red as well. So I'm pretty excited about that I'm going to have tomatoes and peppers for the next few months. And the top right hand side, you can see the greens here. These are green onions. So what I suggest you do for green onions is, when you go to the grocery store, pick up some organic green onions and you cut off your greens that you're going to use for whatever you're cooking that day, and keep about 2 inches of the little onion root, and open up that rock wool, cut it in half, put the onions, so 4 skinny ones or 5 skinny ones in the middle, and wrap it with an elastic and plop it right into that basket. And guess what? In the next couple of days, you'll see those growing too. So it's nice that we have that ability to do that. Now, growing your own food is like printing your own money for anyone that's ever grown a garden. They grow very quickly and they grow delicious, right, and fresh. So you can actually see the Swiss chard and the kale and the arugula growing here. And this plant to the right here is romaine, and it's only about 10 days old. So within 2 weeks, you're already eating off that tower, which is pretty amazing. Now, if we have any teachers online, this is really cool. Our company has a whole resource center for teachers, so they can just pick out, I'm a science teacher. What am I going to teach today? Just go to that resource center and pick out the information that's already ready for them to teach the class. So it's pretty cool that they have that. And we have school funding. Every province has school funding for the schools, and I'm going to say it's on the average of $2,000, so you can get a couple of towers in each school. So it's nice if you know a teacher or the school. Just go and talk to them and you can help them out with that. Now, a tower garden can live anywhere in your home. This one looks beautiful just in somebody's kitchen sitting here, and I don't think it's an eyesore at all. Actually, I think it's just a beautiful piece of art sitting right there. And what the better, it's cleaning the air too, right? And this is how I store my seeds in the bottom right-hand corner. I just have a little mesh basket. I made up these little dividers here, and it's all labeled. So I've got all my different varieties of seeds there. So when I go to plant again in my rock wool, I can just pick out the seeds that I want instead of having to go through a whole basket of variety of them and trying to find what it is that I want. Now, here's a picture of me here a couple of summers ago with my tower. And as you see, those vines really grew, didn't they? You can see the tomatoes and everything growing really tall there. And it really overtook it. But what I learned from that year is that I'm able to take like a tomato cage and put it on the side of the tower, just on my deck there. And I can guide those tomatoes off the tower. So it's nice that they don't have to take over my whole tower and the other plants don't get buried there. You can see on the beautiful top right-hand side, I love growing Market More cucumbers, and they taste delicious. The left-hand side, your celery. So I suggest to put your celery at the very top of your tower because they grow straight up and they taste amazing. What you're going to notice with the tower is the flavor of the food and the crunch. There is so much more flavor than what you have in the grocery store. You think, wow, is that what celery is supposed to taste like? And you can see the tomatoes and the peppers growing there too. So, where are you going to put your tower garden? Everyone has a different spot. And, a couple of times I've switched my tower garden up. I've got them in my front room right now. And I grew from 2 towers. I call them my twin towers. And I've had them here in my office as well, growing in my front room too. This lady here is a friend of mine. She has hers. This is her dining room. So it actually looks pretty cool right there. And this is another friend that lives out in the West Coast, Canada. And she has it sitting right here. And she has big skylights that it's on it. And she was really busy. And, she said, I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. She goes, it just grew. And she had 2-year-old twins at the time this picture was taken. Now here I am here a few weeks ago. I'm going to say this was probably the second week in October, and I planted those plants in there. No, second week. Nope, it was the third week of October. So you can actually see here the plants are already growing, and I'm already eating off these tower gardens. So it's pretty remarkable. And 2 weeks later, you'll see a picture of it again, and it's pretty full. You can't even see the tower. And here they are. So 2 weeks later. So this is actually 6 weeks from seed to this growing season right here. So it's pretty amazing. So that's where I keep my towers. They're just in my front room. I actually moved a wall unit, ladies, and moved it out of the way so I could put them there. And you can see those beautiful greens in the bowl at the top right hand. I said every night we have a different salad. Now here's the microgreens at the top left-hand side. You know, this extension is pretty amazing. You can grow, microgreens are designed to grow 2 to 3 inches tall. When they're about 3 inches tall, go around, just like give it a little haircut and pick off those little leaves every single day, giving it a little bit of haircut there, and put them in your smoothies or salad toppings or any nutritious super salads as well, or on a sandwich, right? So some great varieties there would be Swiss chard, your kale, spinach, beet greens, mustard, sunflower, arugula, parsley, or other varieties, or you can put some herbs in there. Now, why a tower garden? You know, if you have children or grandchildren, they love the tower garden. They are attracted to the tower garden. They actually will go over to your tower garden without even noticing that they're doing this and without you noticing, and they start to eat the plants off the tower, and that is really cool. Now, so kids involving them, they will eat more fruits and vegetables because they're growing them in their tower. The pesticide and herbicide free, this is a big deal, right? Chemical free food in your home, and growing it to vine ripen. I don't know if you realize that vine ripened food has a cancer blocker in it. And you know, the last 48 hours is so important, and all the nutrients and vitamins and antioxidants are forming in that time. Well, guess what? You get to have that in your home. So growing from the tower is helping our planet, because you know what? We're not having our produce coming from hundreds of miles away, sometimes thousands of miles away. It is right there in your home. So you're saving money that way, and you save money on produce. For myself, with one tower, I was saving between $3 and $4 a day. You know, that's over $1,000 a year. Once that tower is paid off, you've got this unit for life. I mean, you're growing free other than the price of seeds, and the run that tower is cost a few bucks a month. Like honestly, it's pennies each day just to run that tower. The city hall in my area here has 3 tower gardens running. They actually took a study on it, and they said to run those 3 towers for 3 months, it cost them $12. So that is pretty efficient. Now it requires absolutely no gardening experience at all. I mentioned it's plug and play, and we've got all kinds of support with helping you with that. Organic, fresh, taste amazing. You've got your supermarket right in your own kitchen or your home, and it pays for itself. And the tower garden is built to last. So don't you agree that these are great reasons to own your own tower garden? Now, what is the cost of a tower garden? The Tower Garden Flex is $750. Your Tower Garden Home is $810. And then you choose what accessories are good for you, what's going to fit for your family. Remember, all prices include shipping, and that's a big deal because this year they just added that free shipping, because it used to be $150 to ship that baby across Canada. And I can understand it's a massive box, and then it's got some heavy equipment that comes with that, especially the nutrients. You got 2 1-gallons with it as well, and all the other accessories. So, you know, I'm saving my family. I got 2 towers now, so we're saving them, you know, $7-8 a day just on food. And the Tower Garden, for any of our US girls that are on board right now, the Flex is $620 and the Tower Garden Home is $670. And again, all the prices there are of the accessories, and they have them available for you as well. Now, what's included in that kit? Sorry, guys. What's included in that kit? It's a tower garden, the non-GMO seeds, the germination tray, the rock wool cubes, the vermiculite, the 20 net pods, pump and a smart timer, a drain tube, a pH test kit, mineral blend plant food, your measuring cup, instruction booklets, dedicated customer support resources, plus join Facebook groups. We've got groups that help you with any kind of questions, and you can watch what they're doing and growing and asking their questions, plus help at every stage with your growing experience. What I do suggest you do order with your tower garden is some extra vermiculite, or sorry, some extra rock wool cubes, because it's nice to have them in 3 or 4 months down the road when you want to plant some more seeds. You don't have to go and order them and wait for them to come in. They're already there in your home. So, and they come as a sheet. I'm going to say about 90 cubes are in one sheet, so you've got it for a while. So we do have some payment options for you. The one is pay in full. The other one is you can do 4-month payments or 12 monthly installment payments. This is totally interest free. This is pretty amazing. This company does this. So you get your tower garden, you can do 12 monthly installments. Once it's paid off, you've got it for life. And we do have a membership program if you're looking for some savings, and it's only $52 and you're able to order any of the products that the company has and anything that you need for your tower garden for that year. So owning a tower garden makes perfect sense. Now, these two towers are the ones that you saw that I had in my front room, and these were outside in the summertime, and this was 3 weeks of growth. That's it. They were full. So it's amazing that I had this fresh food all summer in my garden outside right till the end of September. So why does it make sense? It has no dirt, so I don't have those bugs, less mess, 90% less water and space. 30% higher yield of vine ripened, more nutritious, grows inside and outside, grows 30 to 50% faster, and 100% successful in saving your family hundreds of dollars on food. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm noticing the prices of food going up lately, and it just keeps on increasing. I want to thank everyone for joining me here today. I'm going to stop the share, and if you have any questions for me, please open up and reach out.